Next to Fort Koenigsmacher, on a hill 318 meters high, overlooking the Moselle, guarding the approaches to Thionville and the river itself, sits another amazing fortress. The Germans began construction of the fort in April 1899, and the fort was operational in late 1905. Its mission was to protect Thionville and the important railway links from any possible French attacks, and also, in case of a Franco-German war, would provide the Germans' armies could invade France via Belgium, Luxembourg, and that any offensive on the right wing of the French army could be halted here at the same time. There was no fighting here during the First World War, and later the fort was integrated into the Maginot Line defenses along with Fort Koenigsmacher, but without much reconstruction, and in 1940 it was also bypassed during the war, and the Germans used it as a depot and workshop without maintaining a garrison here. This fortress was designed completely different than previous forts, far more modern and decentralized, comparable to Koenigsmacher. It would be served by a garrison of 2,000 men, with 2 artillery blocks with 10-centimeter howitzers, with a 9,700-meter range, set in steel domes, barrack walls 3 to 4 meters thick, reinforced cement, shelters, fighting blocks, all interconnected by underground tunnels and galleries, and also a cement-reinforced trench system, which is amazing. Beginning in 1912, the Germans undertook a new series of extensive reinforcements, works to reinforce even the trenches. Blockhouses, armored shutters were installed, and also central heating was installed at this time, turning this into an amazing fortress, covered in fighting positions. Between the wars, French soldiers installed the long 10-centimeter guns, as they did with Koenigsmacher, and were stationed here. But no further alterations was done here. And today, my friend Leo from the fort will show us around, dressed appropriate for the occasion. First thing you see early in the morning of this place is the protective bunker leading up to the actual fort. What's that string?
Which one?
The one that's coming down through the door.
Oh, that's the bell ring.
That's the bell?
Yeah. So normally the sentinel would just pull the lever and the bell inside would ring.
So there's actually a bell inside?
Yeah.
Today we're in a little place of France that you probably haven't heard of, and you probably haven't heard of this fort either, and we're going to change that because we have to change this. You remember some of the amazing forts I showed you, like Mutzig and Wagner? This one was really the prototype after they tested and figured out what didn't work and what did work. This worked. It was built by the Prussians and occupied by the Germans, rebuilt after the crisis of the plummeting shell, and then of course you got World War I, where the Germans were a bit in and out of here, no fighting going on here. After that, the French moved in. Usually we flip the signs over around here. Now the French text comes out. Then 1940 comes around again, the Germans take it back. And 1944, the Americans blow it up because, well, we're Americans. That's kind of what we do. There's a whole lot more to this, but this is one of the most amazing places I have seen. And I have learned something here. That means you're going to learn something here too. Come along. So this was the officers' kitchen?
Yeah.
How many officers?
100, I think.
And how many enlisted?
1,000.
That's about the right. That's a good enough ratio.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Well, the NCOs in the German army, they were the core of the army.
Yeah.
The sergeant, if the officer's dead or missing, the sergeant has the authority to draw any man he can, the cook, the signaller, the driver, to put in an immediate counterattack. That was his role.
So this one is a fireplace, so fire stove. You put wood inside, so it will heat up the room, and you can have your thing to eat inside.
Canteen, yeah, well,
yeah, thanks.
This is actually made to put your canteen into.
Exactly.
These grooves.
that's brilliant.
That is brilliant.
They made food inside the kitchen, but all the soldiers would eat in their rooms or inside the shelters. So they just bring the food and just put it in the contents. And it up, and that's ready to eat.
Do you know, everywhere we go, Tino, we see something new, don't we?
Yes.
That the other forts haven't got, and we've never seen them.
Yeah, this I haven't seen before. That's absolutely brilliant, this is.
And we have that everywhere inside the fort. Okay, so here you have a straight, so you can see if the ventilation is open or not. So you have and you can see letters. Here you have A, off, open, Z, closed.
That's brilliant. Is that both hot and cold? Is that central heating or the heating? Fresh air. Was there? Well, of course, they had the ovens for heating.
This place is immense.
It works. I can smell it works.
Because we use it once a year during the European days, sorry. And so we make bread inside. You have the photo there. And we make bread. All the people from Thionville come only for that.
So does the Germans show up and make bread?
We don't want German bread.
No, you want Danish bread, actually. That's brilliant. No, you want the Danish bread. It's better.
So this one is a pride of the fort. So it was, it is only one of its type. The other one are all scrapped for the metal. So the make bread for 2,000 people. So they cannot do like the French do. So they have one pipe plate with concrete on it for the conservation of the heat. They make bread for 2,000 people if they have 2,000 people. So it is really faster with two ovens and with a mobile plate. So inside Koeningmacher, so weird bread translated, that's black bread.
Koeningmacher. I've never heard that one before.
We call it Nicolas Brot too. It was from the Napoleonian Wars, where Napoleon would give the black bread to his horse.
Do we have the recipe of that bread? Because I would actually be dumb enough to go home and make it.
Yes, it's just black bread. So I don't know the name in English of the cereal.
It would be interesting to get the original recipes from Napoleon's bread.
I think you can find it everywhere because the historians love to make
Ooh,
Yeah.
put it out for Tino.
Wow.
And inside there are little bars with water inside.
to make sure it gets hot faster.
Oh, faster. Okay.
We have the thermometer.
This is beautifully restored.
Yeah.
You guys just did an amazing job with it. I mean, everything is just... I keep seeing forts that have, well, we have a bunker oven, we're going to restore it.
Where those parts here, and they told me today what is this spring for, and this spring is a motorbike seat.
I mean, where are you going to find a Prussian oven spring nowadays anyway? I mean, it's not like...
This cart here, where for to transport the bread.
Yeah.
And of course, you made the bread with wood, not with coal.
You can put coal, but we have wood everywhere, so we use bread.
We already promised to find a 155 cannon, the bombs, and a Sherman tank so far.
So far, yes,
Our
yes.
shopping list.
I won't want to.
Oh, you know
All right, so that's 3. Beautiful hallway, though. It's unusual for me to not be in a place that's not wet.
Yeah.
Yes. Water tank. Water tank?
No. Gas oil.
There's a...
Diesel tank.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that part.
The motors, the generators.
93,000 liters of capacity.
93,000 liters.
There is 3.
Yeah.
So one here, and one at the beginning of the corridor.
My God.
It's for 3 months of autonomy.
3 months.
3 months.
Diesel fuel.
And I think there is a lot of reserve because the motor turns with 11 liters per hour.
Wow.
So this thing was the first contactor. Automation, I think, for the industry. So this panel is the first thing electrified by the motor when they turn. So we use batteries at night for comfort. So there is a battery here, and when the motor begins to turn, this thing is electrified. This thing is a magnet.
A coil.
Yep.
Yes, a coil. Yeah.
So when the coil or magnet is electrified, this plate here is in iron, so it's pulled here.
Yeah.
So all the force turns on the electricity of the motors. When the motor stops, you pass on the batteries.
Right, very clever.
How long does the batteries hold?
I think they were enough to hold 12 hours. I think.
12 hours.
Because this fort was a prototype too, so they tried something you would view in other forts. All the rooms are the same, apart from the middle room. We have 8 motors, so 3 and 2 there.
Well, it's a coating heavy oil engine. Oh, yes. Isn't this beautiful?
So those ones are Dutch motors. So diesel motors, 42 liters of cylinder, 215 tons for those 40 horsepower, with a compressor to launch start the motor. So you have tanks for compressed air to reach 40 bars. And then you have the injection just here with this lever. So you just pull this pin back and lift the lever to inject diesel inside the motor.
Whoa. And they've been here for over 100 years.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We more fucking fossil fuel, not any of that nonsense.
Well, when alcohol comes from, Tino.
We'll run them on grain alcohol, then that's wrong too, because we're not eating enough grasshoppers. That's why fortress technology is so fascinating, because military technology always moves faster and develops quicker than anything for civilian life. And anything...
Its lives are at risk. Yeah.
So you have AEG for the generator, but you have Philips for the light bulbs. You have Zeiss for the optics. You have Mazda for bulbs and electric components, but not Mazda's Japanese brand. Mazda is doing electric component for the industry today. There is Siemens for the phones. Siemens did also the generator for the Fort of Metz, and Porsche Krupp, which is ThyssenKrupp today, which make elevators. They did the barrels for the trucks.
So where's IG Farben?
So you have those motors to recharge the batteries. So basically you put the motor behind the motor and you have the battery charge.
I just love the fact that there's an indoor crane, because indoor cranes are just cool.
We still have those cranes, bigger cranes like 40 tons. And this one, I don't know, 10 tons maybe. This one only have one, but the one in the next room has 2 hooks to lift all the mechanical pieces here.
Yeah, if you need repairs, you need to be able to lift them off and on. And
It's in marble.
Yeah.
Oh.
always, because you use this thing to isolate the user from the electricity. Even if it's in 110 volt continue, if you have water on your hands, not a good deal. But normally it will not kill you. This current is too weak to kill you. For sure, it was the security of this era. So we just do big electric arcs, and you have those wheels to control the speed of the production of current. Because if you go too fast, you will just burn all your electric facility. And if you go too slow, you will not see, because there is no current in the light.
But look at the lamps, Tino.
I know, I
They're
can't.
beautiful.
Yeah.
They're not just metal tubes.
Normally you would not have to pull it quickly, because you have something to cut the circuit before.
All right, I see. So there's not a giant spark. Okay.
This is a fuse.
That's a fuse. That's the original fuse.
Yeah, but normally you would have ceramic.
Yeah.
Just protection, I think, or just the thing to not fall apart. And normally you can turn it backward, and you have the writing in German.
Oh yes.
So that is for all of these cables that are. So what are they all?
It's for all the electric contraption of the fort.
There's a lot of cabling.
Yeah.
It's like a damn ship in here. It is like a damn ship in here. It is. It is.
Yeah.
A fort is not far from being a ship.
Yeah, they built it on the model of the ships.
Exactly.
This one just transforms alternative current into
DC.
Oh.
So just by turning, you make direct current.
Oh.
So it's a converter.
Yeah. The French reused the fort to support the Maginot Line with artillery. They just modify the fort to run on the current of outside. So it was 380 volts, three-phase, like today.
Yeah.
So it was alternative current. So they need to transform that, because we just fry all the fort with the 380 volts. So they just put a transformator in front of the central castle, and then they put this machinery inside. But there is always a surprise in this fort. You can make the visit 3 times, there is always a thing to add in the visit. So here we have a troop kitchen, so the troop would eat in their dormitory, because there were troops, the officer and the under-officers, sergeant,
Yeah. NCOs.
NCOs ate in special room for that. So for the troops there is 2 batteries of 3 different cookers. So basically that's a pressure cooker. So you see there is an outlet for the.
It's not clever to make it easy to open.
I know. This is great when there's a counterweight. We should get one of those for your coffee machine.
Wait, because the coffee machine are behind.
That's a coffee machine.
That's a coffee machine.
One of those in the boot. We've wrecked my coffee machine.
So, like the English, the German, before the First World War, loved tea. They made tea inside of those machines. They were really full before it, but after they made a lot of coffee inside.
Right.
So was that instant coffee? Did they just pour the water in? It was actual with a filter? And
Yeah, so the filter is missing. That's basically the cone-shaped filter. You put here, you put the coffee around, and with the water condensing on the lid, the water would fall in the center, and you add coffee under.
Perfect. So it's an actual coffee machine.
But did they make their coffee guys from acorns, burnt acorns?
Yes, after.
When they run out of coffee.
I think this one was for to fill the Norwegian. I don't know if you call it like that, but you know, the Norwegian in Europe is a big pot with island to keep the food warm.
Yeah, those transport cannons. So what would they eat?
You have the menu. Yeah.
I have the menu.
This is the original menu from 1911 for the fortress, which pretty much lays out a good idea of what they were eating, which was not bad at all. Breakfast would always be coffee, bread, butter, and jam. Not much changed in the German army for many years after that. The dinner would usually be fairly light, consisting of an oatmeal or soup of various kinds, bouillon soup, and also a cup of coffee. Now, the interesting meals were always, the heavy meal was for lunch, where they would have deer meat, pork chops, or various other types of meat, sometimes fish, and on Saturdays seems to be extra special. But all in all, really not a bad menu.
I'll help you with that. No, I'll have you eat,
You translate it and I'll cook it. How about that?
and I'll eat it. You can film me eating it.
You'll eat it.
So here we have a water pump with an electric motor.
Yes.
The water pump itself, but because it was in 110 volt continue, you have a manual way to make it work. So you would pump.
Oh, there. Oh, you had that. Okay. So that's if that doesn't work.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Ausgezeichnet.
Manual standby. Okay.
It's the details. So where the water tank is below us?
Here's something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's boilers. So in the central chasm there were boilers, but in the northern and southern chasm there were boilers too, like a kitchen and all those things. The only thing there is in one thing is the motors and the oven. So
these were installed during the First World War.
yeah. So central heating came at the end of the First World War.
During the First World War, the Germans used this as a training fort or a caserne, or they weren't fighting out of here.
No, they were reservists for a lot of them.
Just like the other forts around Metz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 4 big boilers, Buderus boilers, a brand we don't know in France, but in Germany, basically a Rolls-Royce for the boilers. You have this little boiler for the water balloon. And you have an auxiliary water balloon with just this wheel to open the flow of steam. You have the interior of the water balloon, you see. Non, mais de toute façon...
Ventilation. What brilliant ovens these are.
So, as you can see, there were automatic systems for the airflow. You will set
Water tank.
and you have a way inside the tube. So the the steam will come inside, and if there is too much airflow, the steam will lift the way all the way up, so you will put this in. So here you have the automatic system. So you have a way inside the tube behind, and if there is too much steam, it will lift the way and it will close the airflow.
Ew. I mean, this was really nice. This was a very nice system.
Was there for 100 years plus. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
It was to protect from the electric arcs.
Oh.
And this one is cardboard.
It's cardboard?
Yeah. You can touch it if you want.
Like plastic.
No?
But it's like plastic.
It's not It's not Bakelite. It's
C'est du carton, ça.
oh yes, it's very thick cardboard. Yeah.
It's 100 years plus.
Yeah. We found it in the abandoned part, and there were water everywhere. It all, yes, it holds during 100 years plus in water environment.
Wow. Or what's left of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you crawl through these forts and you find, there's always a scrap pile in the bottom of some room that's all scrap and half full of water, and it's got bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And you never know what these bits and pieces are. Somewhere there might be a fort that really needs those bits and pieces. And you just think, it's just discard.
Yeah.
It's the time you really need to take to dig in through stuff. And now Roger found a gun, so now we'll never get to go. You found a gun. Ooh, this is nice long. I love the fact that in here it smells of paint and diesel and oil. I love it.
We have a paint.
Yeah, I know.
We have a restoration service.
I know. But it smells nice. It smells of stuff that's being done. What do you think, Roger?
Yeah.
Can you fit one of those on the roof of your house?
Yes. Oh, I can. My house was attacked by Captain Harry S. Truman in 1918. Fired a shell and made a hole in the roof. No, she doesn't, the breech block doesn't rise.
Yeah.
It just needs a little oil. We'll fix it.
Some. So I will talk about that just after, because that's a part of the ventilation system.
Okay.
And we need to let the ozone flow out, because if not, we will get intoxicated.
This is the biggest one the Germans ever built, isn't it?
Don't think so, because we have bigger caserns in Metz.
Big ones in Metz.
I think. I mean, you're talking about this actual building, or
This building. This particular.
is Wagner not? Wagner the same size as Wagner's a little bigger, isn't it? They have showers.
So before the showers, the problem is that the uniform were in wool. So you can't go just near water with wool.
No.
So normally you would have 15 hooks on this side, 15 hooks on the other side. That's one dormitory. So one dormitory enters and I'm their clothes on the hooks, and the other dormitory go out and put on their clothes.
What?
So the soldier would take a shower every 3 days because of the size of the water balloon. So after 1916 they built 18. Before they had fire stoves. And to have water inside, you have cold water, hot water, and someone told me.
Is that to pump the water?
Yeah.
So the showers are manually?
Yeah.
With that little thing?
Yeah.
That makes me smile somehow. It's like, they couldn't have given me a bigger handle or something, but no. So where are the showers? The showers are in there then?
Yeah, exactly. So you have a metal door. Some people a shower, a German shower with a metal door is not a good thing. But I said to those people, just put wood door near showers. You will see the result in like 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Why the hell would
It
you?
looks like armored doors.
That's like, why do you need an armored sliding door for the shower? I mean,
I think there is something missing on the wheels. rooms.
This looks like a gymnasium. So did there used to be benches in here, or?
Sorry?
Did there used to be benches as well?
I don't know. For that, we never found something like that.
You know, all the forts I've been, I have never been in the shower room. That's just a fact. I have never seen any of the shower rooms in any of the forts.
It's very simple. The French forts didn't have showers.
That's probably why I haven't seen them. And there's the radiator to keep them hot while they were showering. I love it.
Brilliant. This is lovely.
And the shower water comes out sideways.
Yeah.
And there's is that a red lamp?
Yeah, so there were two. There is one left, and it was insulated cable. So you can see here, you have some layers.
So was that a red lamp, or was that just a regular lamp?
It was a regular lamp.
Okay, it just looks dark in glass. Okay, interesting. Is that a ventilation hole, or?
Yeah, exactly, to keep all the steam outside the shower. So you have 15 shower heads, and you can close the shower heads with these bolts inside.
This is beautiful.
Why would you ever need to close them?
If someone is missing, you can
Save water, keep pressure up for everybody else. Okay, that makes sense.
It's amazing. As you say, I've never been in a fort with a shower before.
No.
The French, they never changed their uniforms. They slept in the The only thing they ever did was to shave their beards with the gas masks.
So this one is an officer room. Beds that could be bunk beds because you can just put one bed on top of the other. Is this thing here?
Yep.
It just pop like a Lego.
Yeah.
So you have beds for the sick ones and the officers. So the officers had complete
Privacy?
yeah.
They had a wardrobe and a closet of their own, and they had a firing port?
Every room had firing ports.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Never leave home without it.
Throw yourself out of bed, grab your gun and start shooting. Yeah.
I mean, I love all those Machine Line forts and old French forts where you had a firing position in every toilet.
Yeah, we have firing position in toilets.
Of course you do. What self-respecting fort wouldn't have a gun port in the crapper? And you had the ventilation. That's not, the big pipe's not ventilation, is it?
No, I don't know what is it for.
I think it's just coming through from somewhere.
It's ventilation, because you can see outside that it's a ventilation.
For another room.
Yeah. You can see that the mechanism still works. So you would turn until the current comes up to ventilate. But in this ventilation, this part is interesting, and that's the part which is there. It's the ozonizer, because to keep the air clean of germs, you would use ozone, which is 3 oxygen instead of 2 oxygen, and it acts like you were on drugs, but just you are more happy. Then you will get intoxicated if there is too much in it, because it's O3 instead of O2. But
did they mix that with the air during the time of the fort?
Yeah.
Really?
I will show you.
That does just bring us to a whole different interesting conversation.
So this thing is an ozonizer. So glass plate, and you put electricity inside, and so you will just weld oxygen between them. So you will get O3, like I said, instead of O2, and you will purify the air.
So that is predominantly for air purifying.
Yeah.
but it also have the effect of making people a little happy, druggy.
Yeah, a little dizzy and happy at the same time.
I wonder if that's what they do. Well, in casinos in Las Vegas, they pump in extra oxygen to make people.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I feel happier as I'm standing here now. You can smell it, right?
Yeah. Come over here, try this side of it. You get the program. Yeah, wow, I'm ready to climb in.
And this was this 19th century or 20th century? Was this 1885 technology or was this early World War I?
I don't know.
So this fits in the box. That unit fits in the box between the ventilation.
This one is a big one, but you have.
So that one goes inside the ventilation system up there.
Yeah.
That is fucking brilliant. There was definitely here for World War I.
Yeah.
And if that was here before that as well, oh man, it was,
Never seen anything like that. We've never seen it. Which is why I say, well, every time we go to a new fort, we see, oh, that's new, or God is with me. Now this isn't a horseshoe shape like in Mutzig, is it?
No, I don't think so. This one is.
Oh, this is for service rather than for troops.
No, it's for troops. So you have Bereitschaftsraum Nummer 2, 9 and 10. So that was the shelter I was talking about. So the 2, 9 and 10, those two ones were for the trenches. And the Grabenwehr Nummer 3, that was for the Coffre de Composteur.
yes.
So this one goes all the way down.
That is a horseshoe.
Oh,
The shape of the, yeah.
we call it the shape of an egg.
Yeah, it's the X shape.
Because the egg shape is more resistant than the other shape.
This is where you see the east wall shaped dome having been perfected.
This one is more recent than this one.
The dirtier and more dangerous and stupid it is, the better for me.
Why did I leave my coat at the top?
I don't know, I did suggest you wear it.
You suggested it, and I was out in the sunshine at the time.
You never listen to me, Roger.
It's too late.
But the uniform does give it a good touch.
Yeah,
I should go change.
thanks a lot.
I could put on my German uniform and then it would be a hell of a pair. Do you have any idea how many German officers I played in how many war movies?
I played a German soldier with a German cap and this shirt for the turret.
This! I'm just gonna stand here and look at this for a minute. I don't care what it is. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I also think I know what it is, but you tell me.
This thing is for the dilatation of the copper, because all the tubes were in copper, so that's motor tubes with the water in it. So you have hot water coming up, and you have the cold water coming down. Like this, you cool the water from the motor, the coolant of the motor, and you heat up the galleries.
But why is there a dip in it?
This one is for the dilatation, because with changing temperatures, you will have the metal going bigger.
Oh, so it's in case of expansion joint.
Yeah.
Like on a bridge, an expansion joint.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if you look here,
So
you see
clever. On rollers.
Oh yes. Oh, that's brilliant.
yeah, this one.
That's brilliant. It's a little bit like the Maginot Line forts, where the cables have a little
Yeah.
curl in it in case they need to be repaired.
If you look here, concrete put by the French in 1929, to see if the concrete move because there is cracks on the concrete.
Oh.
And they put this. And
Telltale.
yes, if this cracks, you
have a crack.
Knows that you
You
need.
know you have a problem.
Yes. Telltale in concrete because of crack. Well,
So we're going up at an elevation of what, 4 or 5 degrees?
for the pen, for the climbing or?
Yeah,
incline.
Sorry.
we're doing a little climb.
And there are drains under here, under these
No,
plates.
that's for fresh air into the turrets.
Really?
Yeah.
Fresh air underground, yay. For steel doors.
Yeah, like in ancient French forts.
Yep.
Yeah, you have the turret parts. So welcome to the battery.
Trying to find where am I looking? Every time I come to these hallways, I'm like, where do I want to go? I want to go everywhere. I see bathrooms.
Okay. Yeah. Because in Turkey, it's a Greek toilet.
Oh, Greek.
In Greece, it's another country, and everybody says.
Nobody wants to take the blame for the toilets. Of course, you have ventilation in here, and that's important. Well, this looks familiar.
So this is the thing I have this thing to say. So it's just a guard post, and this thing we don't know what it is.
This thing here?
Yeah, some tell me it's just a ventilation. Some tell me it was for light message.
Signal post.
Yeah.
Signaling post, yeah.
But if you look at the other side, it was clogged by the French with concrete.
Really? So this is concreted over on the side? Which side did this point to? This pointed into the courtyard, doesn't it? In front of the fort?
Yes, but
Before it was covered?
it points normally to Ilange.
Oh, so we have a mystery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a gun, because that would have a different shutter, wouldn't it? That's a heavy shutter to pull to the side.
And there is just a tube going straight.
Well, I would say that's a light system.
Yeah, because it can't be a firing position. And if there's a tube coming out here, round or square?
Wrong.
Round.
You got a lamp here.
Could it be signaling?
There is a
Yeah.
lamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Signaling device, that is.
Too bad there's no mounts on the floor for anything.
If you go to the, well, if it's sort of being one, they take all the mounts away.
Damn it. And hang on, there's electric coming in here. How much electric is there in here for? Just look at the hooks in the ceiling here. Could that be? Because if it was a lamp, it would be significant electric mounts. These rings in the roof, they're there for a reason. And whatever these rings are there for,
I never saw them before.
they have something to do with this, because they're only on that side, they're not on this side.
Yeah.
This is where the electrical is. So, okay, so we find something. It's not that heavy, because these are not heavy hold rings. And there's a little, up there is a little electrical, isn't that electrical fuse plug on the wood?
No, normally that would be for the lasers one to insulate.
Yeah, it's a little wood block where you'd put electrical on.
Yeah.
So a cable would come down there, and this, again, we're going to find out what hole is held by those rings. Look at all these wooden pegs out here that are leading to this room.
Yeah.
I mean, more than just electricity was going in there, right?
I think so, because those wood blocks were for screws. Basically, you have wait for the electricity when it's
Yeah,
upward.
that gives us something to look for.
Yes.
There's a lot to see. 4.
That's a nice telephone.
Computers. That's where they're blowing something up. Oh, look at that.
If you saw the 9 volts, 12 volts battery, just glass block is.
I saw these in World War II version for the East Wall.
So this one is HQ for the North battery. So normally you would have the officers here commanding to the turrets. So we have bells, observation bells here, and at the other side of the battery. So you have the Carol's optic for sure, and you have those tubes. So those tubes were for talking. I can talk to the guy in the bell, and he can talk to me. So if he say there is enemies on one side of the Moselle or the other, I can tell to the 4 turrets there is an enemy at this position. So to aim at this position. But if I want to tell one turret, I can do that and tell to one turret or two.
That's neat.
But that's before firing, because
Yeah.
the guns are firing, they would not hear me. So we can use the new intention at the time. So you have this part with Turm 1, Turm 2, turret 1, turret 2. Or if I want all the turrets, I can say alle Turm, all the turrets. Anruf. Phone, and I can talk to the turrets.
Brilliant. So, and there's a bell that rings in the turret so they can hear you. Yeah. So otherwise they won't hear you when over the firing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing things I haven't seen. I'm just. Brilliant. Oh, so that's for all of them?
Yeah.
For the center, okay. And of course the turrets are color coded, so he knows who he's talking to.
Yeah.
And there's the bells for, are these bells for individual phones?
I think that were phones too.
So, oh, this is the observation turret.
Yeah, you can go in it, just link it with all anybody.
Are you calling me fat?
No. Even a kid, maybe before.
Oh, I have full confidence in this ladder. No, this ladder's fine. No, seriously, this ladder is solid.
This is an adjustable seat. Yeah. For the microphones.
Well, that'll be nice.
And in the French version,
Well, the floor is missing, so.
you've got the floor which goes up and down, haven't you? With chains.
Okay, so.
And he's lifted up into position. But if he's wounded, his men can lower the little platform. So there are 3 officers, 4 officers.
So this is the actual artillery fort? Is
This thing?
Yeah.
No, this thing was a French prototype. For the shell to fall down this thing?
No, I'm talking about this. This is the artillery fort, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one the Americans blew up.
No, not this.
Right. This is why we're standing in it, because the Americans didn't blow it up.
They blow only the cannon.
A little bit.
So,
Nachmittag. Goeiedag. Tschüss. Goedemiddag.
Please, just going in front of the windows to protect them. When you have rails,
You mean the windows that are not there?
you can see the
Oh, the little windows.
window.
Yeah, the windows that are no longer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought those were the windows we were talking about. The invisible windows.
Yeah.
Yes, those.
Like the disappeared village.
So this whole tube system is French. I did not know that. I actually thought that was one of the original.
No, because you will see that there is two lifter for the ammunition, and normally they would work like that, but the French wanted them to go like that.
And this is for ventilation, for manual ventilation, which is still to some degree there.
Non, il est dedans.
Il est dedans?
Oui.
Du coup, si tu sors dehors, tu peux refermer la porte.
And they were a cart to receive the casing,
Yeah.
and someone stole it during a visit.
Stole it.
But a big cart, and they stole it. And we're not here at the time, but they said they
How
stole
the-
the cart during the visit.
How the hell they do that?
I don't know.
Jeez. Yes. Magazine, yes. Charges, yes. Now give Roger something to play with.
So we are in the reloading magazine. So in the first one, they would receive the shell. The shell would be reused for 7 times. So normally you would look in the cases. It's too. It's
Warped.
the shape is too weird.
Dented or...
Yeah,
Warped,
it would
yeah.
not go in. So
Right, okay.
if you can resize it, you use this thing. So it's a press with a size, put it in, and you press, and you have the ammunition.
You have one and I have one, don't we?
Yes.
That big.
And the last one, you just put your casing with your fuse, the powder, your shell, and you just press and you have your ammunition.
Yeah, that's where you assemble the whole shell. So it goes up in a one stage.
No, they go to the magazine after.
To the magazine?
Yeah.
This is not before firing. That's right. You had a separate magazine and a separate shells, and you actually made them here.
Yeah.
So after firing, the empty ones went here and were refilled.
Yeah, that's the reloading magazine. And after you have the magazine, normal magazine when you store your
That's right. Yeah, these were not pre-assembled. They were actually made here.
Yeah. So you had wooden floor ready on all this area because of the German stock.
The whole boots.
Yeah.
So these are the magazines.
Those one are the eyes to store all the parts, the casings, the fuse, the shells, and all.
Okay.
Because this doesn't build shell.
All the parts. All the parts. Okay. You know, I walked some of these completely flooded, and it's just.
I saw like that. The red is here. First red.
Oh, the turret's up here.
Yeah.
So this is the in-between powder room, in between the powder, where there's the loading thing, and you send the shells up in there from the other side.
Normally, yes.
Huh. So, okay, then I don't know why there's a brick wall there either. Yeah, because on the other side there's the munition lift, right?
Normally, yes. It's a weird one, but normally you have a constitution like that.
I like weird.
So,
Weird is interesting.
this one is already a little bit weird because you have this brick wall and you have
Yes. But this brick, I've seen these rooms without this brick wall completely. Yeah.
we have this thing too, but yes, this one will be modified, so don't worry.
So that's a munition lift. And here's the two holes that here that are in the other room in the other wall. So in that other room, where this wall is, where the two holes are, the munition lift is in the same place, but the holes are here. Okay, that's very interesting. That is weird.
Yeah.
That's the Munch house.
We call it a Noria.
A Noria, yeah. Noria and a fort and a Munch house in a battleship.
We can wheel you up into the turret in this here, right?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no?
The Americans, don't give it to you.
I'll be ashamed, I can feel it. God damn it.
For the German Museum, and it's 105 for the French Museum. The difference is the French measure on the grooves and inside the grooves.
Inside the grooves and the Germans measure between the grooves.
Yeah.
Okay. See. That would explain why the Japanese always changed the designations as well. I never thought of that.
Oh, I never heard that the Japanese.
Between the grooves and on top of the grooves.
Okay.
You know, they had 75mm guns, they said were 80, so I know that's a big difference, but still. I've got the complete sort of European equivalents.
So, this was the American handiwork?
In September 1944, one small advanced group of scouts arrived by Thionville. Here, as we know, a week-long battle took place where Fortress Koenigsmacher was surrounded and forced to surrender. Here in Guentrange, the German army had used the fort simply for storage during the war. But when the entire area of Thionville was being surrounded, with no expectation of a counterattack, they pulled out of this fort voluntarily, so the American army could move into it without a fight. Whereafter they remained here for 2 months while conducting weapons and munition trials on the fortress walls and steel domes and combat fortifications.
The Germans had replaced French 75s with heavier Krupp guns pointed west. The Yanks promptly point them toward Germany.
Patton was stalled here in the area around Metz and had been for months, having been denied the supplies he needed to push on forward and make a proper advance. So, after several months, he was finally resupplied and could continue his advance. He then gave the orders for the gun platforms here to be blown up, just in case the Germans were successful in a counterattack down the line. And this was done in several ways. One, fortunately, leaving the combat block in far better shape than the other, and I'll show you both of those. But now we get to see something new.
It did.
Wow, there's a radiator in here. It's actually nice and warm in here. All right, I'm also under a steel dome, and it's summer upstairs. Nice radiator. I haven't seen one of these with a radiator. And the turning of the turret. There's the turrets up here. Beautiful. The chain. It bring up the barrel if we needed to replace those. I know that's running, doesn't it? It's one of the short howitzers. That's funny. There's a dog running right outside the turret. And here's the ventilation. Yes. Yes.
Can I light the turret?
Sure. Oh, that's actually very sexy lighting. Mine was cold and Germanic.
Normally, everybody eats the head inside.
This is not my first turret.
Okay. I will just make
sure Roger doesn't kill himself.
For the people outside, but
Yeah, I do hear. I hear people and a dog running around outside. I figure if I start calling the dog, he would have fun.
There's no handhold after this bit.
Don't hit your head on the phone.
Oh no.
oh,
It's very limited in space.
No,
Yeah.
it's like.
and 7 guys inside.
So how many?
7.
Well, you try this with a Maginot Line turret. This is spacious.
Yeah, that's true.
That is. There's plenty of room in here.
So I can turn the turret.
Oh.
But that's for the commanding officer. You can just adjust.
Oh, fine. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the elevation.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there is a big one to get faster.
Get it faster.
Come on, we're gonna make you do it 10 minutes like National Geographic.
1 hour.
It's good exercise, though.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, there's no gym in all these old forts, so you gotta take what you can get.
And when you see the outer armor, and it's bolted together like that, and you see where it exploded from the outside accidentally, and you see the broken pieces like this. They're thicker than this, and they've been cracked like an eggshell. Oh boy.
I mean, it is a good-looking damn phone. Well, there's a little observation port up here. That might be it.
This one was more like a ventilation port.
There was ventilation.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't a position where you could theoretically see out.
If you look here, you can see there is a thing to aim, an aiming sight.
All right.
So you
The gun
have
sight, yes.
the back of the sight here,
Yeah.
and you have a bolt sticking out in this port.
Right, give me that. Let's see.
Yes,
Bang
really.
my head. Yeah. Oh, that was great. Tino, you got to photograph this.
All right.
In reality, it would never be used because the minimum reach of the gun was 1 kilometer. So imagine aiming at 1 kilometer with a pistol.
Yeah. Priceless.
Okay, where's the arrow? Where's the pointer?
The pointer is here.
Right, and to give the
Yep.
right. And they never had a complete panorama painted on like the French did.
Yeah, we have panorama painted on the MG nest,
Right.
but not on the turrets.
The barrel has been destroyed. At
Not
the
this
outside.
one. This one come from mess where it was not destroyed.
Oh.
We changed the barrel, but
Right.
you will see that in a minute because we will go outside to see that.
Not wanting to give you an overload of coolness, this is where I'm going to leave it for this week. Next week, we're going to go through combat blocks, the battle fortifications, the gun positions, the outside, and the cemented trenches that are simply amazing. Never seen anything like that anywhere else. This is an amazing place, and here you can truly get an idea of how the soldiers would live and serve and fight. There was very few period photos I could find from this fort, but considering how restored it is, we're practically seeing history here live. So next week, just look forward to it. I promise you, you'll be amazed. My name is Tino Struckmann. I run Lost Battlefields. Every year, I travel around the world to try to bring you to all the most interesting historical military locations from modern wars and the World War II special projects, battlefields, forts, fortresses, and tunnels, everything else. Things you may not be able to see or go to yourselves. Please join me on Patreon or join Lost Battlefields through the website so you get access to all my files and my notes. It really does help, and like, follow, share here on the channel if you can. That helps too.